Guys, welcome back here. Round number 6, game number 6 in this finals matchup of our SCVready.com tournament in the finals match between Maikel and Franky, with Maikel spawning as the pink Protoss on the top right position and Franky yet again the red Protoss on the bottom left position on the map's Steps of War.
Indeed, I mean, in the last game we did see some fantastic Colossi play. I mean, I think he may be tapping in onto our stream because that's what we wished for and that is what we got rewarded with. Hopefully we can see some more creative play this time and to keep the viewers and myself entertained, of course.
Exactly, I don't want to favor Franky right here, but I love to see all 7 games played. That's why I might be a little bit here betting on Franky just for the sake of a 7th game. But of course the best should win this matchup, and we probably gonna see the same building starting again once until one of both getting a robo or not.
Indeed, I think that both builds are going to be the same. There's nothing too much to comment on at the start. I mean, this map, there's a nice ridge at the natural expansion, could do some nice Colossi hopping up and down, clearing out the probes from there. But it's nothing much. I mean, on this map, it's a very, very huge surface area for your initial base. So you could hide some tech in the little holes that your opponent has not scouted in.
And about scouting, I did see here Franky sending out his probe very early here after the pylon, getting out his scouting information, what Maikel is gonna do, if it's gonna be some fancy stuff, while Maikel is trusting in Franky doing his standard opening, just now sending out his scout, so he has a little bit more mining time on his scouter on the base in the beginning, maybe giving a little bit more economy in the start.
Indeed, and as we thought, in that last game, it was an all-out push. Will we be able to see the same thing again? I mean, it's risky play at the end of the day if you want to do them all-out pushes. I mean, you can tell definitely that Maikel has been a more macro-oriented player, not falling behind on probe counts whenever he is playing Franky.
That is right, yeah, I hope we're gonna see some really macro-oriented style, lots of fights here, but I'm not quite sure since Protoss mirror matchups do not really favor them. It comes down really to what army composition your opponent has and then just countering with Robotech, Colossi or Immortal is just what he has, but I would love to see some Phoenix play, to be really honest here. Right now we see 2 gateways here coming up by Mike, and Franky right now, just 1 gateway, but I hope he's gonna get a second right now.
Indeed, I think well, he has got his double gas, unlike Maikel.
Oh, he's just
actually,
got his
sorry.
second guess. Yeah, he just started sending in his probe, so just a little bit of difference. 2 workers ahead, though here, Maikel being a little bit ahead in economy, so this might be a little bit difference here for the fight coming up. While Franky is building his robotics facility before his second gateway, so he can get his observer out really, really fast and just adapt to what Maikel is doing.
Indeed, and I think that he is for some reason chrono boosting out his sentry and stuff, chrono boosting out his nexus for more probes. I think that that is why Maikel is ahead in Harvester count currently.
I think he could be also ahead in the beginning since he sent out his scout a little bit later, just saving up the mineral time, but he's using the chrono boost on his first units from 1 gateway since he knows he's getting for fast robo facility, and if there is a fast push here coming out by Maikel, he needs that sentry to block off the ramp to buy some time before an Immortal or anything else can pop out.
Indeed, both players are opting to go for a similar build, except that I think, yes, Maikel does have 1 more gateway opposed to Franky's where he's playing 1 gate robo.
So right now, yeah, I'm just waiting. Also curious what he's opting to do next here with the minerals. He will be swimming in minerals if he doesn't build any more production facilities, since you can produce more than from 1 robo and 1 gateway with a fully saturated base.
Indeed, sir, and I think that I'm not sure what Franky is going for at the moment. He has not got any more gateways down. He has not sufficiently used all his gas, and only now dropping some more gateways.
So maybe he got his gas a little bit here too early, Franky. He's just not quite sure, maybe a little bit slipping here in his build order. He's now getting his second gateway finally, while he really has a lot of gas in the banks. 250 is a lot in the early stages of the game. While Maikel is doing exactly the same opening like last game, he's getting his 2 gates, then a robo facility, and then the 3rd gate following up. So might expect some same gameplay here, waiting what Franky's doing and maybe trying to expand again.
As we see, Franky has opted to go for a Robo Bay yet again, so most likely going to be seeing some more Colossi play even.
So that's obviously why he was saving so much gas here, trying to get as many gas as possible, since a Colossus does not come cheap in gas. It costs 200, and the external the thermal lance upgrade is also 200 gas. So you can get this upgrade really early and early push out with the Colossi. And now he's putting up more gateways to reinforce the next Colossus, which will be built after the base up.
Indeed, and I think that Maikel has opted to go for Immortal play yet again. He has got his second Immortal out. Most likely might do a timing push, I believe. Well, it would be a very wise choice to go for a timing push at this point.
Well, Maikel is trying to get as many models as he can, hopefully snipe down more of those Colossi, and not getting as many stock. He shouldn't get as many Zealots as last game when he knows there's Colossi coming, since they melt down light units like Colossi with splash damage easily. And now he's going also for Robo Bay. So you have both players going for Colossi.
And I think that Maikel did not scout, yes indeed, Maikel did not scout Franky's Robo Bay, so both of them do not know that each others have their Robo Bays out.
But Franky has the first Colossi a little bit earlier, also getting this external thermal lance upgrade here, chrono boosting it, so he can push out earlier with the Colossi. He has a little advantage. He's also, army-wise, they're almost dead even here, 70 food against 74 food. And Maikel has, I think, maybe 1 gateway too much here in the base, so it's 150 minerals. He cannot support really producing from it, and which is lacking in like 1 stalker in the end.
Indeed, and Maikel only now just taking out Franky's observer. But I think that Maikel has spent much more resources into the Immortal production, more gas into the Immortals, so he won't be able to get them Colossi out, or numbers of Colossi out as much as Franky has.
That's right, but he's now getting his lance upgrade, and he has to wait a little bit more time until he can build his first Colossus, which costs 100 more gas, so he has to wait. And by the time Franky already has his 3rd Colossus, when he just starts producing his first. So Franky, with proper control again, he can take this victory if he pushes out with the 3 Colossi he has.
Yes, but one thing worth noticing, he does not have the observer out, so this observer that is floating across the map now may see the Colossi, and if Franky does not push out fast enough, he could regret it.
So income wise, we see Maikel with 2 workers ahead, just a really slight difference here, a little bit more income. He's also 7 food ahead, I think 8 food by now. But it still comes to the Colossi, and once you clump up more Colossi in groups, they're really super effective. And Franky is pushing out now with his forces, 3 Colossi in the field. Maikel is spotting it with the observer floating by, and he should be prepared, setting up a concave, using guarded shields when engaged, and here it comes. Using some nice free shots with the Colossi. While Thermal Lance is just getting upgrade here for Maikel. He shouldn't engage with just 1 Colossus against 3 of them. And he really needs to watch out here on this fight. The Franky's pushing in right now, using some nice Guardian Shields, also Force Field here to trying to prevent some Immortals from shooting, having his Zealots and the Stalkers in the front while pulling the Colossi in the back again. Army-wise, he still lost a lot, Franky, but still has those 3 Colossi in the field and is still not going down. So I'm not quite sure who did actually win this battle.
If you look at the units lost tab, I think they're both relatively similar. Both have lost 2,000 and something resources. I think it has gone past the initial all-out push stage, so we may be in attack for a very heavily intensive macro long game.
So yeah, they're just noticing they cannot really break the opponent now once they have the Colossi in the back. If getting some nice micro here. Franky is setting up a proxy pile and XL Naga watchtowers. They can warp in a little bit more reinforcements, trying to be sneaky, while Maikel is pushing out with his forces with 6 food ahead, but just only 1 Colossi here. At the same time, he's grabbing his expansion, so this can be really, really risky here, pushing out while spending 400 minerals into a Nexus. Here come the engagement. Franky's moving forward. Just half of the forces are engaging for the moment right now. Just the Colossi and no joining in the fight. You 4 Colossi here for Franky, doing lots of damage with all those laser beams coming down, and the Colossi by Maikel fought, and he is losing his all army. So I think this might be GG right here now for Franky, with Maikel being overextending himself a little bit too far.
Indeed, and as you can see, that the resource loss count, it also favors Franky at the moment. He could also lose his Colossi, and I think it's lights out for Maikel at the moment.
Yeah, this is out here. 4 Colossi, and there's nothing you can stop them right now. So here comes the GG by Maikel, and we're really up to a 3-3 in this matchup. We're gonna see the last and next and last match on this tournament.